Hello everybody, I'm Blaze and Rebecca, and welcome back to Lads in Distress with Prince Mer. So, in the last part, a band's attacked us, and as it turns out, he can talk, but the thing is, if he does talk, like, his voice was cursed. Like, it wasn't stolen, it was cursed, and so if he tried to speak, then people would die. So it's like, during the whole time we've been with him, he hasn't speaking because if he does, people will die. He full well knew this, so he had to lie about the fact that he was mute. And it's like, holy crap, I don't think he's dangerous though now. I want to accept Mer for everything he is and isn't, and I want him to know that. You're not surprised? Disgusted? I guess you must have killed someone. How else would you know what happens to your victims? Is that so? You didn't even know your voice was cursed. They were the first people you met, right? You couldn't have helped it, and I'm sure you had to face that alone. I imagine myself as a 12-year-old amnesiac. I imagine myself walking up to the guards to seek help. I imagine myself watching them die. The thought alone suffocates me. What happened to the guards? Why did you reveal your curse? Is this relevant? I've saved it, so let's see. Why did you reveal your curse? Mer shakes his head. I am not the strongest. I am not the wisest. When the bandits appeared, I was terrified of losing you. Far too terrified to think rationally. The only way I knew saving you from them was to use my curse. I guess that's a good thing. Perhaps I should thank this curse for allowing me to save you. Part of me feels sorry for the bandits. They do not deserve to die. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Don't worry about that, Mer. If you hadn't killed them, I would have. Oh, really? Oh? I don't take well to human trafficking, which was clearly their goal. I suppose that is true. But they look fairly poor, and I have my doubts. When someone is sufficiently starved and desperate, who knows what they could turn into for a living? Oh, that's also true. I do not know if we can fault anyone for their job. Probably not. I don't agree by saying nothing. Now is not the time to preach. I hate my voice, Charming, and I hate the curse on me. The smell of my voice is a nice form of self-defense, but it's not worth the pain. I'm a monster. I want to die sometime to make up for everything I've done. Aww. So of course I couldn't tell you. Not even my parents know. I know it is selfish, but I did not want you to hate me for my sins. I feel like I should just apologize. I say so. I'm so sorry, Mer. I don't know what to say, but please know one thing. I'm here for you. I trust you, and I'm here for you. Now and forever. This time it is Mer who jumps into my arms. I hold him as tight as he balls and balls and balls. Oh my god, please don't! No! Oh, I swear, I want to find out who the little prick is that decided to do this to him. He didn't deserve it. It's like, I want to give him a strongly worded speech to him, to this person, whoever cursed him, is like, you should not have, I want to hurt them bad. Oh! I beat my parents adamant. Then I shift my gaze towards Nicole, who offers a concerned, tight smile that comes up more like a grimace. Oh. I return a cheerful one and raise my brows to see him leave. Later. Oh, mind him not. He's on an errand, and he should have left much earlier, but he wanted to see you first. Oh, I see. Are you guys still anxious? Don't worry, it's gonna work out beautifully. Of course it will. No daughter of mine will have a wedding less than perfect. I laugh. Your mother and I spent a lot of time and money to ensure your wedding will be splendid and peerless. I hate to spoil the surprises, but let's just say the wedding will be magical. I'm surprised you dedicating so much effort. I thought you didn't care for Prince Mer. Last time I checked, you were furious I even requested an early marriage. Sweetheart, I have long since learned that your decisions can rarely be swayed. Thus, this wedding is inevitable, lest you decide to elope. And I suppose your arguments before were not wrong by any means. But do tell us one thing, Charming, and be honest. Whose idea was it to marry so early? I look into my father's eyes. I could answer honestly, or I could answer right. Mine. Okay, I'm not even gonna get a choice. I make sure to still myself, lest I reveal that I'm lying. Is that so? I see then. Do not mind my question, I was only curious. He looks like he has more to say, but he doesn't push through with it. Your father and I would much rather oblige you than lose our sole child. Well, yes, thank you for noticing. But that is no reason for the wedding to be perfect, as you put it. You could just give me a rundown wedding out of spite, but you aren't doing so. Father huffs dramatically, and I raise my brows. Oh, what would the others think of us then? We could close the wedding and make it a family only or the like. The others would be none the wiser. My voice there, sorry. An early wedding that breaks tradition following a refusal to reside in the Sure's kingdom for a month. Aye, what a mess. A shame. We are monarchs, dear Charming. We cannot dare lose face any further. The wedding, then, must be absolutely perfect. And we must invite anyone and everyone of power and status, so that any skeptics are silenced. You hear that, people? It must be perfect! If you screw it up, I swear! No. The pride of our status and nation are both in our hands. Yeah, no pressure or nothing. I pout and make the puppy dog face at my parents. Aww. Are those truly your only reasons, Father? Oh, I would weep if not for all this makeup. I'd hate to sabotage your pride by striding down the aisle with a mascara-stained face, after all. Oh, thank heavens you at least have some sense of decency left, my child. I feared the worst regarding your sense of obligation. It is true, however, that your mother and I may be tremendously proud of you. We love you with all our heart and soul, and watching their daughter walk down the aisle is every father's dream. A nightmare. This is a true thing. Like, most fathers will worry about their chum getting married off. Like, I wouldn't know, but that's something I've commonly seen before. We have both the wealth and the power to give you the best wedding mankind has to offer. So I must. It is my duty. Aw, I love you guys too. You guys have raised me well. I'm glad to hear that. Good luck, Charming. If my hopes are fruitful, this will be your only wedding, and you will reminisce upon it fondly for all your years to come. Make the most of today. Don't you worry about it, Father. I'm Princess Charming. I make the best out of every situation. Besides, an event as major as this won't require effort to enjoy, especially given how much energy you claim you spent to better it. Father shakes his head with a defeated smile, and Mother caresses my cheek. To think you are already so old. To think I am already so old. I'm barely legal age, Father. And regardless of your age, Mother and you have the same youthful look since as far back as I can remember. Oh, Charming, today is a special day for you, and flattery is our job, not yours. I swear you learned to walk just yesterday. I'm only speaking the truth. Yes, yes. While I love to be complimented, you have greater things to occupy your mind for the night. Tonight you will be coronated, huh? I nod, excited by the prospect. I will finally rule. Or at least I will begin to. No doubt my parents will very eagerly guide me for the first few years as Mer and I adjust and figure things out. To think day has finally come. Your mother and I can finally retire and watch our precious daughter governs the kingdom in our stead. Oh, don't be so sure. I will regularly seek your wisdom and guidance, I presume. Father flares his nose, pleased by my response. Well, Charming, as long as you remember all the lessons we have drilled into you from day one, you will make an exceptional ruler. No doubt about it. If I'm half as marvelous as a ruler as the two of you, I'll consider my reign a success. Oh, quit setting your sights so low. Go along, you have a wedding to finish preparing yourself for. Your mother and I may not be overly fond of your fiancé, but we will trust your judgment. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Well, I shall go now. Pray for me, please. Only every day. I walk up the aisle slowly and with gravitas. The orchestra matches the style and beat of each and every one of my steps with their beats. They deserve a tip for their improv. Magicians, too, have gathered at this wedding, and they do not skimp on their job. We are indoors, yet gentle breezes swirl around and through me, shifting around my dress and hair to accentuate my best features. I take a quick glance down at my hands and realize that I am glowing. I look ahead and see that so is Prince Mer. The conjured spotlight is centered on us. Oh! Hi! I turn my head and an abrupt gasp escapes my lips at the sight of Nicole. Hi, Nicole! He's the minister for our wedding? Nobody told me this. No wonder he left so quickly earlier. It must have taken him a while to decide to memorize the script and directions. Save! I nod at him, and he grins back at me reassuringly as I continue to step forward. Once I finally reach Prince Mer, I reach out my arm towards him. He receives my hand with his, and we stand like statues and with happy but authoritative smiles. Then we wait. From today on, you are hereby to be unified as man and wife, as woman and husband, as one entity that guards over the kingdoms. A single body, a single mind, a single soul. Even death may never separate your union or crumble your love. Prince Mer of Water Kingdom, by placing the ring on Princess Charming's finger, you are sworn to bind your life to Princess Charming's and to pledge a life of future of fidelity. Prince Mer nods. His movements are firm as he obeys. The ring is gorgeous. Its center a radiant, large binotiote. I'm impressed no matter how many times I see it. Princess Charming of Lunar Kingdom, as you place the ring on Prince Mer's finger, repeat after me. I hereby bind my life to yours and pledge a future of fidelity. I take Prince Mer's hand and once more set the band at the base of his ring finger. I hereby bind my life to yours and pledge a life of fidelity. I forgot that last part. Prince Mer and my eyes meet, and both of us blush crimson red for whatever reason. Princess Charming, do you agree to love this man for the rest of eternity to come? Yes. Do you, Prince Mer, agree to love this one for the rest of eternity to come? Prince Mer gives a single decisive nod. That means yes, just so you know, Nicole. Wonderful. By the grace of the gods, I declare the two of you now one entity, the mind unified by love and trust. You may now kiss. I tiptoe and Prince Mer leans down. Our lips brush for only the briefest of seconds. While the brevity is displaying, we know we have a lifetime before us to kiss as we please. We grin and our grips on each other's hands tighten. A deafening wave of applause nods the room and endures for minutes before Nicole can finally speak again. Now please, kneel in the direction of the thrones, for the gods await your pledge of service and loyalty. Prince Mer and I release each other's hands and kneel, clasping together our own hands as though we were praying. Nicole iterates the typical coronation dialogue, which is long and boring. Ugh! I zone out for the most part, nodding at random intervals with a faint expression of interest from the corner of my eye. From the corner of my eye, I see Prince Mer doing the same. While the nation will be united as one, they will continue to have two separate governing bodies. As Queen, Princess Charming will have sole rule over the domain of Lunar Kingdom. Save! As King, Prince Mer will likewise have sole rule over the domain of Water Kingdom. Only by the death of one may the other gain power over both nations. I tune out Nicole some more to daydream. And I'll be back with more. See ya!